Ronny Jagartoten was a man of the road. He was born in the north of Norway, a place of long winters and endless summer nights. The mountains there are old and wise, the fjords cut deep into the land. This was the landscape of his heart. It shaped him, it made him strong and quiet. He drove a truck, a big one, the kind that rumbles like thunder. His truck was his home, his office, his world. For over 30 years he moved goods across the country. From the cold north to the busy south, he knew every turn, every hill, every hidden rest stop. He was a part of the asphalt. His journey began when he was just a young man. He felt a pull, a need to move. The quiet life of his small town was not for him. He wanted to see what was over the next mountain and the next one after that. So he got his license. He climbed into the high cabin of a Scania truck. He turned the key, the engine roared to life. It was the sound of freedom, the sound of his future. He waved goodbye to his family. He promised he would be back, and he always was. But each time he returned, the road had left its mark on him, a little more tired, a little wiser. People saw him as a simple man, a trucker, but he was more than that. He was a philosopher of the highway. He saw the world through a giant windscreen. He watched the seasons change, the snows of winter giving way to the green shoots of spring. He saw people in their cars, rushing to their lives. He saw families on vacation. He saw other truckers, his brothers and sisters of the road. He understood the rhythm of the country, the steady beat of its heart. He was a guardian of that rhythm, a silent keeper of its flow. His hands were rough from the wheel, his eyes were always looking forward. Ronny had a smile that could melt snow. It was a genuine smile. It came from a place of deep contentment. He loved his job, he loved the solitude, he loved the responsibility. He was carrying more than just cargo. He was carrying trust. He was carrying the needs of others. A pallet of fish for a restaurant in Oslo, a load of timber for a new house, machine parts for a factory. He knew that people depended on him. This knowledge gave him purpose. It made the long hours and the lonely nights worthwhile. He was Ronny Jagartoten, a trucker from the north, a king of the road. The road changes a man. It is an undeniable truth. It gets into your blood. It rewires your soul. When you spend decades on the move, stillness feels strange. The world outside the truck window becomes your reality. Your home is not a single place with four walls. It is a ribbon of asphalt stretching to the horizon. Ronny knew this better than anyone. The road had taken his youth. It had given him crow's feet around his eyes. It had filled his mind with a million memories of sunrises and sunsets seen from his driver's seat. He was a different man than the boy who had first started the engine. Time on the road teaches you patience. You learn to wait. You wait for the ferry. You wait for the snowplow. You wait for the traffic jam to clear. You learn that you cannot rush the world. It moves at its own pace. Ronny had learned to find peace in these moments. He would drink his coffee. He would listen to the radio. He would watch the world go by. This patience seeped into his character. He became a calm man, a man who did not get angry easily. He understood that some things were beyond his control. The only thing he could control was his own reaction, his own peace of mind. It also teaches you independence. Out there, you are on your own. If a tire blows in the middle of a mountain pass, you have to fix it. If you get lost, you have to find your way back. Ronny was self-reliant. He knew his truck inside and out. He could diagnose a problem by the sound of the engine. He could change a fuse in the dark. This independence made him strong. It gave him confidence. He knew that whatever challenge the road threw at him, he could handle it. He was the captain of his own ship, the master of his own destiny. He did not need anyone to hold his hand, but the road can also be a lonely companion. The long nights can be hard. The silence can be deafening. You miss birthdays, you miss anniversaries, you miss the small moments of family life. Ronny felt this loneliness. It was a constant passenger in his cab, but he learned to live with it. He filled the silence with music. He filled the emptiness with phone calls home. He found a community with other drivers. They understood each other without words. A nod at a rest stop, a flash of the headlights. It was a silent brotherhood, a shared understanding of the sacrifices made for this life on the road. In the old days, truckers shared stories at greasy spoons and truck stops. They gathered around tables, drinking coffee. They talked about the weather, the police, the best routes. But times changed, technology changed, the world became smaller. Ronny found a new kind of truck stop, a new kind of campfire. It was called Facebook. He created a profile. He posted photos of his truck. He shared pictures of the beautiful landscapes he saw, the fjords shimmering in the morning light, the mountains covered in a blanket of pure white snow. He shared his life on the road with the world. He did not expect what happened next. People started to follow him, hundreds of them, then thousands. They were fascinated by his life, a life so different from their own. They saw the freedom in his journey. They saw the beauty in his solitude. His posts were simple and honest. "Good morning from the E6, he would write. "The sun is rising over Saltfjellet." He did not try to be a star. He was just Ronny, a man with a truck and a story to tell. His page became a window into a world that most people only see from a distance. His cheerfulness was infectious. Even through a screen you could feel his good nature. He never complained, he never posted anything negative. He just shared the joy he found in his work. He would post videos of himself singing along to old songs on the radio. His voice was not perfect, but it was full of life, it was full of heart. People loved it. They would leave comments. "Keep on trucking, Ronny. You are an inspiration. Thank you for sharing your beautiful country with us." He read every comment. He tried to reply to as many as he could. This online community became his extended family. It filled the lonely hours. When he was parked for the night in some remote industrial area, he was not alone. He had his friends on Facebook. He would go live just to chat. He would show them the inside of his cab. He would tell them about his day. He built a real connection with these people. They were from all over the world. They were young and old. They were men and women. But they all had one thing in common. They were drawn to Ronny's simple, honest way of living. He had created a digital campfire, and everyone was welcome to sit by the fire. Among his thousands of followers, a special group emerged. They were older women, grandmothers mostly, from Norway, from Sweden, from Denmark. They saw something special in Ronny. Perhaps he reminded them of their own sons. Perhaps they admired his hard-working spirit. They saw his kindness. They saw his gentle soul. They became his biggest fans. They called themselves Ronny's Angels. They filled his Facebook page with love and support. They sent him virtual hearts and thumbs up. They worried about him when the weather was bad. They celebrated with him when he reached his destination. Their support took a unique form. They started singing for him. It began with one woman. She recorded a short video of herself singing an old folk song. She posted it on his page. "This is for you, Ronny," she wrote, "to keep you company on the long road." Ronny was deeply touched. He shared the video. He thanked her from the bottom of his heart. The next day, another woman posted a song, and then another. Soon it became a trend. Dozens of older women were recording songs for their favorite trucker. It was a chorus of kindness, a symphony of support. The songs were simple and heartfelt. They were lullabies and hymns. They were old dance tunes and patriotic anthems. They were sung in kitchens and living rooms. The quality was not professional, but the emotion was real. It was pure. It was a wave of affection washing over him from all corners of Scandinavia. For Ronny, it was like having a choir of mothers and grandmothers watching over him. When he felt tired or lonely, he would play their videos. Their gentle voices filled his cab. They chased away the darkness. They reminded him that he was not alone. He was loved. This phenomenon was a beautiful thing. It was a testament to the power of human connection. It showed that kindness can cross any distance. It showed that a simple truck driver from northern Norway could touch the hearts of so many. Ronny never took it for granted. He cherished every song. He knew every angel by name. They were his good luck charms, his guardians on the highway. In a world that can often feel cold and disconnected, Ronny and his singing grandmothers had created a small corner of warmth and light, a community built on the simple foundations of respect and affection. Every trucker dreams of a vacation, a break from the road, a chance to feel the sun on their skin. Ronny was no different. After a long, cold winter, he planned a trip. Not to Spain or Greece. He wanted something different, something exotic. He chose Thailand, the land of smiles. He dreamed of warm beaches and spicy food. He dreamed of a world completely different from his own. He saved his money. He booked his flight. He told his Facebook friends that he was going on an adventure. They wished him well. They told him to be safe. They looked forward to his pictures. He landed in Pattaya, a city of lights and noise, a city that never sleeps. It was a world away from the quiet mountains of Norway. It was overwhelming, the heat, the smells, the endless crowds of people. Ronny was a simple man. He was not used to this kind of chaos. He was a fish out of water, but he was determined to enjoy himself. He found a small hotel. He walked along the beach. He tried the street food. He was friendly to everyone he met. He smiled his big, honest smile. He thought that a smile was a universal language. He thought it would be understood everywhere. The details of what happened next are cloudy. They are like a fog on a winter morning. They are pieced together from rumors and whispers. The official story is one thing, but the story told in hushed tones among other truckers is another. The whispers speak of trouble. They say Ronny, with his trusting nature, fell in with the wrong people. He was a big man from a rich country. He looked like an easy target. The whispers say he was drawn into the city's dark underbelly, the world of late-night bars and massage parlors, a world that preys on tourists. The storm that had been gathering on the horizon finally broke. Ronny was found, not on a beach, not in his hotel. His journey had ended. Far from home, far from the snowy roads he knew so well. The news traveled fast. It spread like wildfire across the internet. It hit his Facebook page like a physical blow. The cheerful posts stopped. The pictures of sunny beaches never came. There was only silence, a cold, heavy silence. The man from the north was gone. The king of the road had driven his last mile. The storm had passed, leaving only devastation in its wake. The official report was short. It was clinical. It gave a cause of death, but not a reason. It left too many questions unanswered. For those who knew Ronny, it was not enough. His friends and family needed more. His brothers on the road needed more. So they started digging. They started asking questions. They talked to people who talked to people. And, slowly a darker story began to take shape. It was a story that was not written in any police report. It was a story whispered from one trucker to another at lonely rest stops in the dead of night. The whispers centered on the Thai Mafia, a powerful and ruthless organization. They said Ronny had been targeted. He was seen as a wealthy tourist, an easy mark. The story goes that he was given fake money, counterfeit notes that looked real. He was told to use this money at certain businesses, massage parlors owned by the Mafia. It was a way for them to launder the bad money, to turn it into clean cash. Ronny, with his trusting heart, might not have understood the danger. He might have thought he was just getting a good deal. He would not have seen the trap closing around him. Something went wrong. The details are lost. Perhaps he tried to back out. Perhaps he realized he was being used. Perhaps there was an argument. Ronny was a big man, a strong man. He would not have been easily intimidated, but he was in their world. He was playing by their rules. And in that world, disagreements are not settled with words. They are settled with violence. The whispers say that the deal soured, that the fake money became a point of conflict, and that Ronny paid the ultimate price for a mistake he may not have even known he was making. This story, whether true or not, became part of his legend. It added a layer of tragedy to his life. It was a brutal reminder of the world that exists outside the safe confines of a truck's cab. It showed that even the kindest, most cheerful man can fall victim to the darkness. The story of the Thai Mafia and the fake money was a warning, a cautionary tale passed between drivers. Be careful out there, trust no one. The world is not always as friendly as it seems. Ronny's tragic end in a faraway land became a stark lesson for the entire trucking community. Loss is a heavy load to carry. It is heavier than any cargo. For Ronny's son, Valentin Jr. Fetkuk, the weight was crushing. His father was his hero, his guiding star, the man who taught him about engines and about life. The news from Thailand had shattered his world. The silence in the family home was unbearable. The sympathy of friends and neighbors felt hollow. Grief was a fog that surrounded him, blurring the edges of the world. He felt lost, he felt angry. He felt a profound emptiness where his father's booming laughter used to be. He did not know how to move forward. One morning, before the sun had risen, Valentin could not sleep. The house felt like a cage. He needed air. He needed to move. He went out to the garage. His father's motorcycle was there, a beautiful, powerful machine. Ronny had loved this bike. It was his freedom when he was off the road. Valentin ran his hand over the cold metal. He saw his father's reflection in the chrome. On impulse, he found the keys. He put on his father's old leather jacket. It still smelled of him, of engine oil and the open road. He wheeled the bike out into the pre-dawn quiet. He started the engine. The sound was a familiar roar, a comforting thunder. It cut through the silence. It cut through his grief. He pulled out onto the empty road. He twisted the throttle. The bike surged forward, carrying him into the growing light. He drove with no destination in mind. He just drove. The cold morning air whipped at his face. It cleared his head. He watched the sky change from deep purple to soft pink, then to brilliant orange. The sun began to climb over the mountains. A new day was being born, and for the first time in weeks, Valentin felt a flicker of hope. Riding in the morning became his ritual, his therapy. It was his way of connecting with his father. Out on the open road, with the engine humming beneath him, he felt close to him. He understood why his father loved to move. He understood the peace that comes from being in motion. He was not running away from his grief. He was riding through it. Each sunrise was a promise that life goes on, a promise that even after the darkest night, the light will return. In those quiet morning rides, Valentin Jr. Fetkut began to find his own way forward, guided by the memory of the man who had given him life. What does it mean to live the way of the road? It is more than just a job. It is a calling. It is a way of life that demands everything from you. It demands your time, your energy, your focus. The way of the road means accepting the solitude. It means being comfortable in your own company for hours, for days on end. It means finding your home in the constant motion, in the rumble of the diesel engine and the ever-changing view from your window. For Ronny, this was not a sacrifice. It was the air he breathed, the very essence of his being. The way of the road is a balance of joy and danger. The joy is in the freedom. The joy is in the sunrise over a misty valley. It is in the perfect cup of coffee at a roadside cafe. It is in the satisfaction of delivering a load on time, knowing you are a vital link in the chain that keeps the world running. But the danger is always there. It lurks in the icy patch on a mountain pass. It hides in the tired driver in the oncoming lane. It waits in the mechanical failure that can happen at any moment. Truckers live with this reality every day. They respect the danger, but they do not let it control them. This life builds a unique character. It makes you tough, but it can also make you tender. You see the best and worst of humanity from your high perch. You see acts of kindness and acts of selfishness. You learn to read people. You learn to trust your instincts. The road strips away the unnecessary things. It forces you to confront who you really are. Ronny was a product of this life. The road had made him patient, independent, and deeply appreciative of simple things. It had forged his cheerful nature, a beacon of light against the loneliness of the long haul. The community of the road is a tribe. It is a brotherhood and sisterhood bound by shared experience. They speak a common language of mile markers and way stations. They understand the pressures and the pains of the job. When a trucker is in trouble, others will stop to help. It is an unwritten rule. They look out for each other. They share warnings about bad weather or police traps. They mourn together when one of their own is lost, as they did for Ronny. This bond is what makes the weight of the wheel bearable. It is the knowledge that you are part of something bigger than yourself. What is a person's legacy? It is not the money they make or the things they own. It is the story they leave behind. It is the mark they leave on the hearts of others. Ronny Jagartoten's legacy is not written in stone. It is written on the asphalt of 1,000 highways. It is carried in the memories of his family. It is whispered in the stories told by other truckers. It lives on in the songs of the grandmothers who sang for him. His legacy is one of kindness, cheerfulness, and a simple love for the life he chose. He showed that a man can be strong and gentle at the same time. His story became a part of the folklore of the road. It serves as both an inspiration and a warning. He inspires others to find joy in their work, to share their light with the world, to build community wherever they go. His Facebook page was a testament to the fact that one person's positive attitude can ripple outwards and touch thousands of lives. But his tragic death is a stark reminder of the world's dangers. It reminds his fellow truckers to be vigilant, to be careful, and to look out for one another in a world that is not always as kind as Ronny was. For his son, Valentin, the legacy is personal and profound. In the roar of the motorcycle engine at dawn, he finds his father's spirit. He is not just mourning a loss, he is carrying a torch. He is continuing the family's love for the open road. He understands that the road that took his father is also the road that can heal him. It is a path forward. Ronny's legacy to his son is the strength to face grief head-on, to find beauty in a new day, and to understand that movement is a form of healing. The wheel keeps turning, life keeps moving. Ronny Jagartoten's truck is parked now. The engine is silent, but his journey is not over. His story continues down every highway in Norway and beyond. It echoes in the friendly wave from one driver to another. It shines in the screen of a phone, connecting a lonely driver to the world. It hums in the tune of an old folk song. He represents the soul of the trucker, hard-working, independent, a little bit lonely, but with a heart as big as the sky. Ronny's road is endless. It stretches on forever, paved with the love and respect he earned 1 mile at a time.